I don't want to say something, and I'm going to say it.
Oh, okay, here we go.
You pharmaceutical companies are absolute whores.
Yeah.
You are absolute whores.
Yeah.
I can't imagine these things run more than $1 or $2 a piece. Welcome back to Under Oath.
My 2-year-old son is enrolled at a daycare where they've lost his seizure medication, which is a controlled substance, and not Tylenol, both labeled with his name and prescribed by his neurologist. Every time I ask about it, the director gives vague responses, but doesn't take action to find it. I'm very concerned about their negligence and lack of urgency. Who should I speak with? And should I look into legal action?
Okay, let's be straightforward with this. They lost the kids' meds.
Yes.
Okay. Now, depending on how expensive those meds are, here are my options.
Mm-hmm.
If it's under a certain amount, I could file in small claims court.
Okay. All right. That's one way to go.
Unless your medication is above a certain amount, and every state is different. Some are 300, some are 600, some are 1,000.
Yes.
Okay. If it's under a certain amount, you could file for it.
Okay.
I guarantee they would eventually just write you a check afterwards.
Just here you go.
What is your actual concern is the issue. And I think her concern is they didn't respect her child. God forbid my child would have had a problem.
Yes.
If she's trying to find this medication because she can't replace it, then you have to go to the small claims court.
Okay.
They lost it.
Yes.
Now here's the thing. Negligence is when you had a duty, meaning an obligation.
Okay.
To do something or not do something.
Mm-hmm.
In this situation, their obligation was to keep the medication safe.
Yes.
Not to lose it.
Yeah.
So obviously they didn't do it. So the medication's lost.
Yes.
It's clear it's lost. The person you talk to, they don't want to. What if you told them, hey, it's lost? What's going to happen? I mean, we're not talking about, you didn't win the lottery here.
No, you didn't.
Your kid didn't suffer a seizure unless he did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that could have happened too.
Yeah. And that's where I think the concern comes from as a parent.
Well, here's where it comes.
Yeah.
It's like an EpiPen.
My son has EpiPen.
Okay.
Peanut allergy.
Right.
Yeah.
If you went in there and they lost the EpiPen.
I would lose it.
Okay. But what would you do? You're a parent. What would you say to them?
I would. Okay, first off,
God forbid something happened. I'm so offended. It's been bothering me for years.
It has.
In fact, I had a heart attack and had to go to the hospital.
Yeah. I'm suing for damages emotional. I learned that.
My feelings.
No. See, okay. If my son, which he does have an EpiPen for a peanut allergy, if you lose it, I am terrified. Here's why. Heaven forbid he comes in contact with a peanut.
It could have happened.
One time.
What could have happened? That's what I mean. That's what they say.
Okay.
People are always, and everybody out there, God, people, how about be grateful?
What do you mean? Explain.
Okay. It didn't happen.
What
should you do? Okay, complain. Okay, you complained.
Okay.
I didn't get my apology. What if they said, hey, we're sorry? Would that have been enough?
No. Hear me out first.
I'm trying to hear
me out. Apologize, yes. And then tell me.
What if they meant it?
Well, let me tell you, though. Let me explain. Apologize, yes. And then tell me as a parent what steps you're going to take to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Okay, we had it in the refrigerator.
Yes.
It was in the refrigerator.
Understood.
Or it was in the lockbox.
Got it.
We don't know what happened.
I don't want to hear that. That's not going to make me feel warm and fuzzy.
Okay.
Tell me what you're going to do now to make sure it doesn't happen again.
You tell me a good precaution.
Okay.
Should they have a safe?
Here's what I say. There should be one person in charge of signing out and signing in medication as it goes in wherever they keep it.
It's a crap daycare. You got one lady watching 20 kids.
Yeah.
Which is typically what it looks like.
Okay.
Okay. So it's not my job. I mean, think about it this way. I'm not a medical facility.
Okay.
I have one kid with a peanut allergy. We put it here. We've always put it here. I need to be able to get this within a minute and a half.
Yeah.
So let's say I lock it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't open the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kid dies.
You're in trouble.
You're going to be in trouble anyway.
Yeah,
There's no way to win this one.
In trouble. Yes.
Okay. The medication was lost. Most likely in this situation, it was taken.
Well, that's the other part.
Okay. So now my concern is that there's some dude taking seizure medication.
Yes.
What we have in our society, and I'm a lawyer, I represent people.
Mm-hmm.
I fight people. I'm an accident attorney. I know people when they hear that, they go, oh, until you're at the accident.
Yeah.
Until you're the one who can't walk correctly anymore.
That's correct. Yes.
Until you're the one who can't think. I have clients who were teachers who now have migraines 24/7.
Okay.
And their option is brain surgery. And that doesn't fix things.
Mm-mm.
And then they walk around, if they can walk,
Mm-hmm.
suffering for the rest of their lives.
Yes.
And people ask, well, what about small car accidents? Okay. So I was out of work for 6 months because somebody else made that mistake. And everyone hates us or hates people who do this until they're the ones in the accident.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there are people out there who delude themselves and think that they got in an accident and they're going to win the lottery because of stupid billboards.
It doesn't work. Gotcha.
But in the end, in a situation like this, I'm going, okay, I have a small daycare. They take care of my kid, which is a huge responsibility.
Yes, it is.
And my kid has some problems. For example, my kid's on the autism spectrum.
Okay.
And Jacob needs 24-hour watching.
Mhm.
He can't be alone.
There's
no alone ever.
At all.
No alone ever. And sometimes family members of mine go, oh, this person seems like a stoner who's watching him. I'm going, do you know how hard it is to find somebody to watch my kid when I'm not here?
Yes.
You know, I have to be out there making enough money so that when I die, he's taken care of. I can't be at home watching him.
No, you can't.
So I have to make this money and I have to pay somebody else to do it. And there's no Mary Poppins walking around taking care of things.
No.
So there are people out there who are doing your job because you need to do a job.
That's correct.
So yes, do I want somebody who looks like they smoke when they're not on duty watching Jacob? It doesn't make me feel great.
No, not warm and fuzzy.
But at the same time, I have to learn, okay, if he's stoned while driving my son, we got a problem.
That's different.
Now, they lost the medication. Obviously, I know it's lost. When do I drop it?
When they act like they care and they act like they're not going to do it again.
They listen to you. I can't guarantee it's not going to happen again.
Gotcha.
I can't make promises like that. And worse than that, I'm admitting to you that I did something wrong.
Yeah.
Now, if the medication is cheapo and it's not expensive and you could redo it for like $20,
I would understand that.
okay.
But
now, if it's 600,
yeah.
How much is an EpiPen? 30?
Okay, let me tell you. Without insurance, $600 for 2. With insurance, it can cost anywhere between nothing or what we pay, like $60 or $70.
I don't want to say something, and I'm going to say it.
Oh, okay, here we go.
You pharmaceutical companies are absolute whores.
Yeah.
You are absolute whores.
Yeah.
I can't imagine these things run more than $1 or $2 a piece. You're not talking about medication that isn't available.
It is available.
You're talking about something that was, how long have they been around? The same medications.
Forever.
So it's not like this is a brand new med.
No.
I'm sure they even have generic versions of it.
They do.
And you're going to charge $600 for a needle that
saves a life.
God, I'm sorry. This is so frustrating. Okay. And I'm going to say something right now while I'm going off on this one.
Okay.
We have people who complain. They want to find you wrong with every word you say.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get emotional during these shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say something and they'll go, and they won't wait till the next word that I screwed up on.
No.
And they'll go, oh, he said this and this. Oh, what an idiot. Okay. There are a lot of things I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've represented around 55,000 people in my life with all my different firms. And
yeah.
I've seen a lot. And I can tell you this, there is no way in the world you can justify a $600 EpiPen.
No.
Now, this is what somebody's going to say before you write that comment. It's because a lawyer is suing because EpiPens go bad. Well, the reason why lawyers sue when EpiPens go bad is because somebody died because somebody tried to save some money on making a crappy EpiPen.
There you go. And
it is almost impossible for a lawyer to succeed in a case that involves a medical instrument because basically the laws protect them on an ugly level.
They do.
It's harder to prove a case in cases like this.
Yeah.
So anybody who's charging $600 for an EpiPen is full of crap because here's the thing. Uses the same injector as the ones they use for Ozempic. And those things, and we know Ozempic's expensive.
Yes, it is.
Like, what's it? I think it's $365 a month. So every shot there is conservatively $90. But somehow an EpiPen that has been around forever is $300 a piece. You know why? Because the government and insurance companies are paying the subsidies on these things. So that's why, because they can charge it.
That's right.
I think the government should say, hell no after a while.
No.
After 50 years, or let's say your product's been out 30 years, you can only charge this much.
That's correct.
So as far as what you can do, if it was an expensive medication and they refuse to pay it, go to small claims court.
Gotcha.
Outside of that, say to them, hey, listen, you lost my thing. And do exactly what you said your concern was. It's not a lot of money. But what are we going, is there something you can put in place for the future to help ensure this might not happen? Not to guarantee it won't happen, but might not happen.
Yes.
Because when you say, what can guarantee this won't happen again? Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing guarantees something can't happen again. But if you put it like this, is there anything we can do to kind of help this maybe
not
limit this happen again?
Yeah.
And if you put it in that way, the person might go, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for understanding that we can't run everything perfect. And you're not mad. You just are hoping for better in the future.
Yes. Because you care about your child.
Because you care about and you care about other people's child. And you respect what they do. And you're willing to, give up whatever hostility you have with the hope that it may not happen again. And that's how we're decent to each other. I'm suing for $1 million.
Only $1.3 million.
Ugh.